the ERL Round 5 feature race, and we are today at Circuit de Sainte Croix. This is the feature race following our sprint qualifying race earlier today. I'll quickly just give you the lineup before we get started. So, we have on pole Penelope with a 2:07.9, Panda with a 2:08, so only just over 10 separating the front two. Glossboss in P3, Haas J Nagel in P4, Dad Ledger in P5, Lucky Egg in P6, Smiley in P7. You can see it's all incredibly tight there, 5, 6 and 7 all within a couple of thousandths of each other. JH Racing in P8, and we've got Captain Bongo in So again, Chunky but Funky in P9, The Filthy in P10, Tiger P11. Just to bear in mind, Tiger does have to qualify, so you have to factor that in. Apex P12, Beeman J P13, Shippo P14, myself, and Highfield P15. Right, and we have 25 laps, which should be just under 55 minutes. And without further ado, we'll get underway. So, the light sequence starts, and we are underway. Pepe has a little wiggle off the line. It allows Panda to potentially get alongside into turn 1. Looks so far that everyone's made it through okay. Pepe managed to hold on to the lead. And now Panda's had to go from the offense to defense to try and hold off Glossboss and Nagel. But then does have a bit of a send, trying to probably break late to defend against those behind, but really nearly runs back of Penelope there. But Nagel's now trying to take the P2 from him to go through this tight, twisty section here, which I think as the tyre wear kicks in will become harder and harder. But right now the guys are obviously brand spanking new tyres. But everyone seems to have got through okay so far. We have got one who's just off the back. But we've seen from the previous races what these guys don't want to do is battle and fight each other so hard that they let Penelope get away, because Penelope seems to be able to drive on worn tyres, doesn't tend to make any mistakes, so they can't let her get away. Panda's held on to P2 for now. Penelope has already opened up a bit of a gap there, as you can see. Now we've got the two Mercedes side by side. Nagel tucks in, trying to get the slipstream from Jake. See Tiger's already up to P6, we can see behind. Now Glossboss obviously tries to take the place from Nagel, who's already in this opening lap. A lot of drivers having to go from thinking about attacking to defending almost straight away. But yeah, it already looks like Penelope's pulling away up front. Potentially these guys can be best served in trying to work together if they want to keep her at least in sight. Tyre wear's quite high around here, particularly the left hand side, depending on the layout of the car. Some are struggling with the rear left, some are struggling with the front left, but that will be definitely the limiting side. See now Jake trying to get the move done on Panda. It looks like it is done. Oh, but Panda comes back up and now on the exit. Ferrari versus Mercedes. Mercedes onto the grass. It's fantastic battling. It is, as we potentially suspected, allowing the leader just to break free, but based off the last few rounds it probably is a race for P2 anyway. Oh, Ferrari looked like had a little wobble through there, it's allowing Nagel back. And that's it, one mistake when the field's this close and Panda's lost 3 positions in the space of this lap. Glossboss now trying to get the move done on Nagel. I'll say it's been some fantastic battling here in the early stages. And so far looks like everyone survived okay. You can see behind that Tiger's trying to make his way through. Yeah, he's definitely on the charge. Be worried already at this stage probably about the gap to Penelope. Seeing the Dodge Viper looks fantastic from me. But the minute again, it's having to try and deal with Dad Leisure, who's on the softs. That's why he's so all over Tiger at the minute. Oh, squirrely on the exit. But yeah, for now, needs to make sure he holds on to this place before he tries to look and moving further forward. Let's go back to Majal and Gloss. Fight for P2 looks absolutely immense at the moment. All Panda out and coming back at them. Glossboss also gone for the softs. Oh, bit of a moment out of the last corner onto the main straight. But yeah, so far leader has got away. It's a hell of a battle for P2. But a decent on battle here for P6 and 7 as well. And Dad has got back ahead Tiger, which makes things very interesting indeed. Trying to get the move back. They both seem to have caught Panda, who's fallen off a little bit off the pack in front. But we are potentially side by side here through the tight twisty sections with a lot of trust. Oh, and what a view we had there as the Mercedes came back in front. Got a great exit. He's going for the bump draft as opposed to trying to pull out the slipstream and get the move done. Again, asking to put a lot of trust in braking points here. But again, you just see by these guys battling there, falling off that pack, the pack in front and falling off the leader. As there was the battling makes fantastic viewing for us as the neutral. You can see the time loss. He wants to try and get this move done and make it stick this time. Dodge is quick on the straight, so you can see it's very close, but as soon as he steps out in the slipstream, oh, it's a late move. Has he made it stick? Oh, bit of rubbing his racing on the exit, but it has stuck this time. And Panda will be next in his sights. Just see what's happening here, but it did look in the background like a bit of a battle between. Well, here it must be. So it looks like Smiley's had difficulties again. He, off the start line, I should say. Porsche just seemed to struggle up starting to put him into this pack. And also got Wrench, Lucky Egg, one of the other early contenders, or certainly had a lot of high scoring finishes to put himself in the top 4 in the championship, is also back here as well. Let's go side by side here. I think Highfield will have a good view of this for sure. Maybe even Smile at the back of it. As you can see there, people taking different lines through these corners, trying to take advantage of how their individual cars were. Apex and Highfield about to go side by side, aren't they? Through the twisted bit. Oh, it's tight through here, makes you grimace when you see just how tight it is. To go onto the bridge, any moves we made here, it's a hard braking zone. The issue is as soon as you come out that slipstream, but then you just straight away lose that straight line speed. Then Apex goes to move on Highfield. Oh, there's a little bit of contact there. It was difficult because I think Smile was going to go for the move on Apex, who then went for the move on Highfield. Oh, it's a bit of sight, bit of contact again. See this pack of cars. There just seems to be a few different packs forming in these early stages. Looks like as Lucky been able to be, yeah, Lucky's broken through away now from these guys. Let's get back and see what's occurring further up. With Tigers in the back behind Dad, this will be really hurting them. Every time it seems like he's got the move done, it seems to come back. We get onto his main straight. Panda's still holding on to P5. You won't want to keep going back, because one issue with that Ferrari is it does seem to chew through its tyres, so I think more than one, that pace is very good. But yeah, you gotta say, Dad is hanging on tremendously here against a driver of Tiger's standing. I know he's not a huge fan of the Dodge, but it does look and sound fantastic, doesn't it? Pardon me. A little bit of minor contact there, it's just really dull. Maybe this is allowed just filthy to potentially get in on this mix as well. And again, I think we're potentially side by side for here, but we get it done. See Dad there in the rear view. There's some really good hard racing so far, you've got to say, from what we've seen. A little bit of contact here and there, but it's a tough old track. And you've got the walls closed, high sweeping corners going downhill. Dad tries to get this moved. Oh, sorry, I wanted to go the other way there. Dad does get the move done. Just see what happens ahead here. Between, this is such a difficult corner, the car just constantly wanting to go away from you and drag you towards that wall. So next up for Tiger will be Panda, if he can get it done. But you can see, yeah, Dodge is just as hard on its tyres by the looks of it as the Ferrari. Oh, really pushing, as you can see from the bits of gravel being brought onto the track. But they'll move away from this, because notice at the front, Ghostbuster's got himself into P2. Looking up for injecting, looks like Nagel's going for the early pit, is he? I think he is. It's an early stop. And Dad has also pitted early as well. I can't imagine they'll take fuel on this stage, so probably just a straight tyre change. Dad says there's actually a few of them stopping. Dad's gone on to have a look actually what they went to. Nagel go onto mediums. What did Dad do? Back onto softs, that's interesting. There we go, Glossboss and Jake. I've got to say Glossboss here at the minute as a GT driver, but look at the state of those softs, and this is not a section that you want to be struggling on your tyres through, when you're really wanting to lean on those tyres as you go from left to right, downhill, fast sweeping corners, and then you're going into hard braking zones. You really want to run the whip of those tyres. That's not something he has the luxury of at the moment. But he has gone a lap later, so it will be interesting to see how everyone filters out. I think you'd probably say right now the race for the lead has gone, just because the gap and the fact that they seem to be able to drive long onto hard tyres and makes minimal mistakes, so we probably are looking at a race for P2. You never know around here, very easy to make a mistake. High tyre wear factor as well. You'd imagine pitting this lap with the two left-hand tyres completely worn down, but we'll see. And it'd be interesting to see if the guys behind were able to undercut at all. So see where he comes out. Oh dear, that was a bit of contact there, lost momentum. That will be the tyres just giving up. Now unfortunately a bit of suspension and bumper damage, which I imagine soon the race is going to want to have to get repaired. Kloss giving Jake, I think, a little assistance to the pits there. But yeah, the undercut's been huge. Oh no, sorry. Apologies, those guys actually haven't pitted yet, but I was trying to go on and the gaps of Panda well goes on. They've also on the mediums. We'll see if Penelope's absolutely gone down the road. Tyres look better than anybody's right now. So yeah, this is an interesting battle. The dad's pitting early, it's taking him out of this battle for now. But I'd imagine right now he'll be building an undercut on these guys on the fresher tyres. But we'll see. Tiger's going to want to clear Panda. I'd have thought sooner rather than later if he can. Start seeing if he can do anything about Penelope's lead up front. It's going to be incredibly difficult to do so. Still some life in his tyres, but yeah, seems squirrely on the exit there for sure. This corner's hard enough for when you bit of good contact there, so you got the dirty air and the tyre wear. That looks like move done now. Yeah. Just filthy behind, still dragging those softs out. And then Lucky and Smiley look like they're pulling themselves away after difficult starts. Getting themselves back in this mix. Oh, switch back potentially from Smiley here. As we go, but Lucky gets back ahead as we go through the flowing corners towards the end of the lap. There you go, Gunboy can get this move done here on the outside. Either we're going to be trying to pit here. No, they're both going on. Staying in the slipstream, slight bump draft. Is he going to move out and try and get this move done? Because they have so much trust in terms of braking points when you're driving that bumper to bumper. It's really hard to get a move done on the Super on the straight because it's super fast there, but he's getting a good run down here trying to go move on the outside though. Really better make that stick. So far, yes. We'll have to see if French can come back at him. Now it's his turn to have to dirty here through here. Oh wow. Oh no, there's a bit of contact there. I thought from there it was going to be a mega move. But I don't know if it's from that contact, but you can see bump and suspension damage now. Or look in the Super. And again, with it being still the early third of the race, I'd imagine he's going to want to get that repaired. Again, you see it's particularly the rear left tyre that seems to be taking the baton around here. This means you just can't lean on it when you're going through corners like this. Tiger still goes on. Front pulled away now from the guys behind. Looking like it's difficult to make inroads right now into Penelope's time. It's a real handful through there. Imagine it's going to have to pit sooner rather than later with the state of those left-hand tyres. Rear one's completely giving up the ghost now. Just feel he's really been able to extend on the softs. It just seems like some cars and maybe some drivers, we give credit to drivers as well, can just drive on the worn tyres. Whereas some of the other cars, you get 3/4 of the way down and just want to give up the ghost. Tiger does pit now. You'd imagine another set of mediums on a 2-stop, wouldn't you? But we'll see what it does. Interesting to see actually where he's going to filter out. Smiley and Just Filthy pit as well. Well, he's actually been a bit of fueling. It's interesting. Look how far ahead Panda is right now. So just see the strength of that undercut there. Imagine. And Apex got ahead and those tyres look relatively new. So again, you just see. We always see this in ERL, particularly in the feature race, the longer race, where although it's going to be a slightly shorter race tonight by 5-6 minutes or so, always a lot of strategy at play. It'll be hard really probably until we get to lap 20 where we'll probably know all the net positions and the way the different strategies are playing out. I think it'd be frustrating for Tiger to have cleared so much traffic and then find himself back in it. But he did opt to take some fuel on last stint, which is interesting. It's allowed Panda now to take quite comfortably, but look, we see there's a battle here going on between the two Mercedes drivers. Different classes, of course, and there is no teams as such in this championship. Dad Leisure's done a really good job. He's gone onto a second set of softs. So obviously they are struggling a little bit, but currently in P3. Jake's got himself back into P2, as you can see. Two Mercedes go side by side through there. A lot of respect shown. They don't want to throw away a good position here for both of them so far. Looks like Panda's getting back up on the onto the back of them. You can really see how hard a lot of the cars are pushing through there, taking it right up to and sometimes including the gravel. Penelope finally pits. You'd think definitely a 2-stop for her. But again, depending on what the guys behind do, may come out in traffic, which might be the only bit of jeopardy for her. Is she going to, or are they going to go for the softs this time? And I think unless Jake can get it done really early here, as soon as he gets those tyres at temperature, the advantage he's going to have is going to be huge. But yeah, we said Dad was going to, Panda was going to try and get himself involved in this, and he certainly has. Let's get on board and the guy. God, Panda really pushing through there, as you can see. Gives us a great view, to be fair. The battle ahead. We've got a battle here for the last podium place as it stands anyway. The corner that a lot of people seem to be struggling with here. Slight lift there, as you can see, just to avoid obviously running into the wall. See, just that slight lift allowed them to get ahead. Panda all over now the back of Dad. Can you make this stick on the outside? No, Dad keeps on to the place now, but Panda goes to the switchback. You're going to need again to be a lot of trust shown here as you go through this fast section. I've got to say the racing tonight looks to be absolutely superb. So much respect shown through some tricky sections. Panda back up into P3. Obviously qualified on the front row. A bit of a tricky start. He's got himself back into a very good position. As we suspected, looks like Penelope is able to just start pulling away now on the pressure tyres. But we've got a good old battle here for the last podium spot, that's for certain. Nagel's just fallen off the back of this, which is interesting. I don't know if he's had a couple of slight issues. It does look like now that Panda's able to maybe start moving away from the Mercedes behind. Oh, that won't help though. You just see sometimes it's just having to push the track limits so hard. I don't know how Tiger's doing on it. He's kept trying to join up to the back of these guys again. We got just filthy in Apex. The company. Whoa, wow, what a shot that was. And see how hard he's pushing. Just about clung onto that there. And Ghostbusters down in P9 on really worn tyres, so I think something must have happened to him from what a good position he was in earlier. There's no damage shown. But from where he was to now be here, something must have happened. But you have to say Tiger's not putting away from these guys massively. From what you can see. Ooh, okay, the tyre squeals there, but he manages to cling on to it. Yeah, just Filthy is, if anything, closing up. Oh, Tiger, is he going for an early pit here? Interesting. It's very early to come off those mediums. No damage, reasonable fuel. He must be planning something. Does he just want clear air? I'm putting a lot of fuel in. It's obviously going to try and go to the end. I'm sure there's method in the madness. I haven't shown him much of Chunky's behind his face, but yeah. Down in P10 at the moment on to, against that rear left is just really wearing more than the other tyres. Ghostbusters obviously due to pit soon, as is Apex, you'd say. But again, just Filthy really making those softs work well for him. Nagel again, probably due to pit soon. Panda's just stretching his legs on Dad a little bit here. But let's just find where this battle is, because it's the closest battle on track at the minute. Although saying that's not majorly close, is it? Oh! As you see, look, again, just scraping the wall. Doesn't look like there's any damage done though. So the whole field, to be fair, is relatively compact, which is good. And the gaps between cars aren't huge by any means. Oh, a lot of cars struggling with the exit of that corner. But yeah, we're just at a bit of a stalemate in the race at the minute. See, Dad's pulled the trigger on pitting, which I think has brought Apex in behind him. Yeah, and Cross. There's a few stops happening now, as you see. It's very busy in the pit lane right now. And I imagine the next batch of pit stops aren't far behind, because Panda again is the rear left, isn't it? It's just everyone's struggling with. Panda's got himself back into P2, so we don't know quite how the net positions are going to play out. But this, I was going to say, this looks where the battle is right now. There's Dad Leisure on new softs with Lucky on slightly worn medium, so expect Dad to have the advantage here, but you never know. And soon we'll see where Panda, when he comes back out, and Nagel, where they come back out into this mix. I imagine it's going to be quite tasty. Not sure if it bit. See, it starts to go slightly darker. So Lucky sticking with Dad on this outlap. It might be that it's just firing up its tyre temps. You can't see the tyre temps visually, but it is a factor within the game. The outlap can tend to be tricky. I expect it to be advantage Dad though, once the tyres are right temperature, just purely based off the compound and the current levels and whatever. But you know, Lucky's very fast on his day, so we'll see what he can do from here, if he can try and claim that P6. It looks like a lot of people ahead are obviously going to have to pit. Smiley's onto relatively fresh mediums, and those that rear left again that you see struggling. We thought Panda would be pitting now, didn't we? So, oh, that's a good save there as we go onto the grass and clip a little bit of the barrier as well. Be interesting now where Panda comes out in this mix for sure. Put a bit of fuel in as well. So where would he come out in comparison to Dad? Oh, Dad cleared him. No contest, maybe just because he's taking that bit of extra fuel on, but yeah. These guys have absolutely cleared him, and as we suspected, Dad has pulled away from Lucky a bit for now. Obviously those softs are going to wear quicker, so it may well come back to him. But yeah, Panda's now come out right in the middle of a hell of a battle here. You've got Jake, Panda, Apex and Nagel all within close proximity, and then Tiger just off the back of them. But yeah, we'll stick with this for now because this looks incredibly tasty. Jake's at the front of this pack. Medium's looking relatively good condition to be fair. Oh no, hell of a power slide out of there. Like it's really close between Panda and Apex, as you can see. That's proven to be such a difficult corner with dirty air, but wow. Look how tight this is now between these guys. There's going to be a lot of trust needed here. As we see them go in. Are we going potentially free wide here? Yes, we are. Oh, wow. Nagel makes it stick, does he, through the middle? Panda comes back at him. No, he's now back where he started. I thought for a minute there, Nagel just been able to send it straight at the middle of the pair of them. Wow, this is incredible racing here. It's so close. Again, you see how hard these guys are pushing and keeping hold of every track limit possible. Two Mercedes now at the front of this pack. Start duking it out. Can Nagel get it done at the inside into turn one? It's not a hard braking zone into turn one. You see here. And then obviously you are braking hard, but you're not going into a hairpin or something. But Nagel has made it stick for now. I think Jake's going to come straight back at him though. But he's got to have one look forward here at Nagel, but also keep a view in his rear mirror as well. He tries to stick the Nagel through this section hard with the dirty air. But now he's going to sue, or it just keeps hold of it. But it's brought Apex now right onto the back of him. Trying to make progress here on those softs. Oh, Jake seems to really struggle on the exit out of there. Oh dear, bit of contact there at the inside. It's going to put them side by side. Jake now tucks in the slipstream. Just notice Panda's fallen to the back of this queue, so that's what's happened there. Jake and Tiger, or Apex, sorry, side by side, but Tiger's trying to get involved if he can. Again, you just see just how hard the guys are pushing through there. Jake holds on for now. Nagel, though, this has let him get away, really. Again, in about 5 laps time, we'll have a reasonable idea of how the strategies are playing out. Apex is hunting now to try and get this P6 from Jake. Jake defends hard to the inside. and try and send him the long way around. Would Apex better make it stick around the outside? He does. It's a fantastic move by Apex to hold it around the outside there. Oh, Jake's picked up 2-second penalty. That's going to be for turn 1. You have to cut part of turn 1, but if you cut too much of it, they just whack that penalty on you. There's no warning, there's no track limits warning, there's just straight to the 2 seconds. And it's gone from bad to worse because Tiger's through now and Panda's trying to make it the next one. If not, he's certainly going to lose that place anyway when the penalty applies. Because as we say every time, it's Panda followed him onto the grass there. It's not just the 2 seconds he'll lose, it's the whole momentum loss that he'll then carry into that straight as well. But yeah, Nagel's got himself clear of this for now. But yeah. Also Tiger, that's why putting a lot of fuel in, actually went to the softs. You're going to go soft from here? Give himself a lot of work to do. See, Jake's going to be serving that penalty soon. It's going to really hurt him. Jake trying to cling on to this P9 for as long as he can. Try and negate the effect of his penalty, but yeah, looks like Panda's got that one done now. Again, good racing all round from what we've seen. There's been a little bit of contact here and there. From my perspective, it's all looked accidental, but we'll see what comes later in the reports. But you see Jake there serving his penalty. It's going to really put him off the back of these guys. It might even put him into claws of gloss boss behind. Here we go, the battle then for P3 and 4 for now. Where's just Filthy in this? Tyres are shot to pieces, but he's making it work again. Penelope's gone, so we can forget about a battle for the lead, unfortunately, again. But you've just got to take full hat off to her. She's just driving without error right now, quickly. She can hold onto the car on completely worn tyres. You know, she's just doing, right now I was going to say she's executing better than anybody. Smiley's trying to hang on to P3. He's obviously due a pit, you'd say, fairly soon. We've seen most of the mistakes come from drivers when they've maybe tried to go one lap too long, but obviously at this time you try to calculate your stint levels and what you need to do. Steve-O clings on to it through there with a bit of a power slide. Dad's soft serve hanging on pretty well, to be fair. So we fancied his chances of taking this P3, but I'd imagine Smiley's boxed this lap, but he can't bank on that for certain. We'll soon see. Dad sends it inside. Smiley had a bit of an issue there. Hello, Scott. I hope Germany's treating you nicely. Well, not the German football team, but Germany, the country. Penelope's in for what will be her final stop. I imagine Smiley's, look at how much Dad's pulled on in here. You'd imagine Smiley's pitting this lap. Fueling for her last run. Imagine though most of these guys are going to follow behind. Yeah, we've said expected that. So Dad's going to take, I was going to say he's going to take the temporary lead, but Scott there, SH doesn't say he hates football. I can understand that right now, Scott, but you know, there's still hope. You've played probably one of the tournament favourites there, so hopefully it goes better in the next games for Scotland. Probably saw earlier England made incredibly hard work of Serbia, probably harder work than they needed to, but anyway, we'll get the focus back onto the racing for now. So under when Dad pits, reasonable life left in the tyres. It seems like Mercedes is one that can drive on the warm tyres, so but he's not going to want to get undercut behind. But Nagel in P3 due to pit again as well. Another one opposite lock through there. Apex again is going to need to pit again. So I think while Penelope is already in the lead, I think the majority of people have got one more stop to make, and then we'll know where we are in terms of net positions. Panda potentially to the end, but we know the Ferrari is harder, it's tighter, so that rear left might not be pretty by the end if he tries to go there. Jake definitely needs to pit again, as you can see. And there, just Filthy we know is just boxed, and we again seems like the Nissan can also drive on its warm tyres, so he'll be going to the end. Crossboss you'd imagine to pit in again. It's in a similar position really to Panda. Tiger's, no, he's going to the end now. Smiley's going to the end. Lucky going to the end. Jay having to pit again. 20% again. So we will see how this plays out. And imagine we're near that last pit window. Or the first to trigger it's going to be Dad, you'd have thought. But what's happened to our tight battle we had before? Yeah, it's just off the back of this, isn't it? Imagine here, just Filthy will make relatively straightforward work. Jake on those fresh softs. That's if Jake doesn't actually choose the box now, which he does. Gloss Boss is going on for another lap. Imagine this is now, yeah, I think we're in the final pit window now across this lap and maybe the next two, and then we'll know then where we stand in terms of a race to the finish. Tiger should be catching these guys really ahead. Oh no, Dad's just come out in fresh softs actually. Already seen these guys have a bit of a Titanic tussle earlier. You'd imagine Dad will be flying really now on those fresh softs with the guys behind, the guys ahead, sorry, all having to pit. Apex got ahead of Panda though, so I wonder what's happened there. Again, he has got to pit, but as Nagel, so we're going to see probably triggered this lap. I'd imagine the majority of the guys in for their final stops. Then we'll see how strong the undercut's been for those guys that have gone slightly earlier, and then it's just going to be a straight fight then to the finish. You'd imagine now Nagel's going to trigger this run of stops that we're about to have. Bit easier now on that exit. Tyres are giving it the ghost. Cheers Scott. It's happy to get it through to this race, hence why I have to do the comms on a replay. So does make it a slightly longer night for me, but enjoyed the race. Unfortunately didn't fuel enough and just made too many mistakes in the longer race, but it is what it is. So I think, yeah, Nagel's going to trigger this. Apex going to follow him in? Yeah. Panda follows in, so yeah, we're going to have a right battle of the pit quiz here, and we know that Filthy and Dad are going to the end. Will Glossboss make his last stop as well now? No, I don't think he's going to try and go on another lap. The Tiger's trying to make the move stick on Glossboss. I think for his race that will be key. But yeah, he's made that move stick. And imagine he's going to the end now, so he'll be trying to hunt down. Unfortunately the wind's gone, but he can still get a P2 out of this. Which would be a decent points haul on his first race of the championship. Just under Penelope's fastest lap at the moment. Sorry, in that first sector I should say. So Panda's come out here right on the back of Smiley on fresh softs. This could be interesting. Smiley's mediums are only slightly warm. This should be a good old battle here. I think he'll want to get this done as soon as he possibly can, so he's not losing time to the cars ahead, but Smiley doesn't fight it yet. Is he going to look for a switchback? No, looks like he's unable to fight back at the moment. pardon me. Panda's made that stick and it's starting to just pull away now. Glossboss is the last guy from this pack, I think, that has to pit. We're about to see these guys resume battle again. They've almost been inseparable throughout this race, Dad and Tiger. Gotta say, what a race. Just Filthy's driven again. He's done this before, I think it was at Brazil, I want to say. Just has a habit of going under the radar, really. Just stays out of trouble, does his own thing. Very good on the tyres, which seems to be a real key performance indicator for this championship. A decent-ish gap behind. Tiger's definitely hunting them down. Gloss is going to pit now. Once he comes out, we'll know, I think, the true picture where everybody is for these final few laps. But yeah, this is a net P2 right now for Just Filthy. If he can keep this pack behind him, Millington, but he's slightly more warm than Dad's, but there's not a huge amount in it, similar to Tiger, so very interesting. We've got we might have a battle for the win, but we've got a real battle here for the podium places, that's for sure. Panda would still like to have something to say about that, but I think potentially giving himself too much to do. So yeah, I think it's between Filthy, Dad and Tiger for these podium places. And it seems like everyone's catching everyone. Obviously we're just going purely off visual here, but it looks like Dad is closing on Filthy slightly and Tiger the same, closing just in on Dad. And this will be our main battle now, I think, for the podium places. A little quick through, because on the mini map it all looks so close, but God's possibly trying to see if we can catch up back up to Apex at least. But yeah, our battles for the podium, that's what we'll focus on for now. I'll just see if Tiger can make any inroads into Dad, who's at the same time trying to make inroads into Just Filthy. Just see, really have to sort the wheel through there, particularly when on power delivery. Slight lift through there, slight lift again. Oh, really pushing it, as you can see. As I say, it looks like it's status quo at the minute, but you do wonder if they're going to, you know, convene at any point here. Gaps looking similar. I think they are edging up to Just Filthy, so we'll see if he can hold on to this. Obviously taking a class win at the minute. You've got to say the top of this GT class now are really starting to close the gap to the point where you can't even notice the classes really. I think Penelope's in a class of her own right now, and then you've got a whole host of these guys in the top of the GT division that are really mixing it with the pros, and we're just in the gap just close and close and close as the season's gone on. It's obviously great to see. We'd like to see a battle to the front, but I think right now it's have to appreciate the work that she's doing, and it's just down to everybody else to get better, basically. That definitely looks closer now to Filthy, and you got to say that Tiger not hurrying on these guys like you might expect. But yeah, that on Filthy I think looks like a very interesting one potentially here. P2. Dad was denied a podium at the last race with a last minute overtaking chicane, but he might be working himself here towards trying to get the P2 here. You never know, Scott, doing right there about performance notes for the cars. I think there's obviously going to be a World Series finals coming up before, and you never quite know. But normally the Japanese cars tend to do quite well just before those finals. Obviously I'm sure they don't factor that into these updates, but it does seem to be a happy coincidence, doesn't it? But that clinging on there for the dirty air, starting to get a bit of wear in those left-hand tyres are sitting, but we know that for the forward Filthy's will be slightly worse. Oh, so that's a slightly compromised line for Filthy there, which could really allow that onto him. Front left's at 50%, which is going to make things tricky in these last stages. Not the easiest track to overtake on, because there's no tailwind down that main straight, making things a little bit trickier with the slipstream. But yeah, you can see Dad's visually close, a lot closer now. So have a quick look at what this battle is like. Not as close as it looks on the mini-map, that's for sure. So yeah, we definitely stick with this battle for P2 and best of the rest. I think right now, a bit like the F1 season in 2023, I think you just have to take P2 as almost like a win when the lead car is just so good. But I'm just going to wonder if here, just been on the, wow, that was spicy from Tiger. The power slide out of there. Obviously it wouldn't have been an intentional power slide, but some skill to hang on. We know he has that Panda. Interest is closing back up. It seems as the stints go on, it just seems to find more and more pace. Potentially a decent battle here for the podium shaping up. Everyone's just a little bit too far away right now. It seems like Dad isn't quite reining in just Filthy at the rate he was a short while ago. We're going to be coming up soon, very soon actually, to the penultimate lap. Sun starts to set here. The circuit, the Sainte Croix. It's going to be, and as the great Mo Walker once said, catching is one thing, overtaking is very much another. You've seen, particularly as I say, without the tailwind down the straight, as soon as you cut the slipstream, it's tricky. But we have seen some moves done round the outside into turn 1. We shall see on the penultimate lap. So what I gotta say, just Filthy's not putting the foot wrong really, and trying to cling on to this P2. I think of the Callum, you know, Dan Ledger's been, for me, the driver of the season so far, and he's on his back, and then you've got Tiger, who's world record pace at many tracks. Okay, admittedly maybe not in the Dodge, but exceptionally fast driver. But now Dad's really starting to close in. And each time he gets very close, if it's just a dirty air kicks in, it seems to just look a little bit unsettled. But now this is definitely the closest he's been. This is the key now about, can we get a move done during this phase? Oh, a little touch of the wall, kiss to the wheel, I should say. Oh, and again, that won't be helping. Obviously pushing like mad to try and keep on to this P2, which you can understand it being an incredible result for him. We just heard Dad click the wall there, so these guys are just pushing like mad. There's no thought of protecting what you have, it's all about trying to add to what you have. Track looks beautiful as we head towards this evening sunset. Pardon me. Right, so can we get a good run through here? We can so far. Slightly approach the line. Oh, I used to see the dirty air effect. It's mega. That's allowed Filthy to get slightly further. This is close now. Oh, Dad touches the wall. Filthy goes to the hard. Defending the inside, he's not going to allow anyone up the inside there. Can he hang on to this P2 as we go into this final lap? We will definitely get round to Penelope and give her a moment. Yeah, I can see which one she is, that's fine. Oh, Dad has the run. Can Dad make a stick on the outside? Not yet. Now Tiger's trying to get the inside of Dad. Oh my word. 3 wide. In the battle for P2, the final podium places are going 3 wide through the tightest section of the track. Oh, Dad makes it stick. Oh, Filthy's lost 2 positions. You've got to feel for him. Driven such a good race. I mean, P4 is still an incredible result, but when you've been P2 for so long, can he come back at them? Can Tiger get anything done on Dad? Again, Dad defending the inside hard. It's going to force him the long way round, that's for certain. Just whether can he now get the switch back, or is a bit of contact. Has led to Tiger getting the place. And you got Dad 3 and 4, and it's for the class win. One of these two is going to take the GT class win. But Penelope, again, has just been, as we said earlier, just an absolute class of her own. Again, you see the tyres are completely shot again, but just seems to have 0 impact on her and that Mercedes. But yeah, she begins her celebration to the line, flashes the lights. It's a fantastic victory, but let's get straight back to this battle for P2. Looks like Tiger's actually completed it now. Had some difficulties tonight, but ultimately it's P2. It's a fantastic result. Dad's just off him, and just feel for shame he's been P2 for so long. As we said, P4 is still an incredible result, but yeah, so that's Tiger in P2, Dad Leisure in P3, and the class win for GT. Just Filthy P4, Smiley's going to come through for P5, Panda P6, Haas, Nagel in P7, Lucky Egg in P8, Gloss Boss P9, Apex P10, Jade's going to be P11 after running so high, but only be small with that. It's the tyre wear and damage, as you can see. It looks like we've got, yeah, J in P12. Oh, a bit more tucked across the grass at the last minute. Jay takes P12, and we're going to see Chunky take P13 in the Audi. He's had a few scrapes along the way. Yeah, Jim brings the Audi home in P13. Followed by Self in P14. It means we just leave the honours for Highfield Unknown. So there's a couple of difficulties and it's tried to get the fastest lap. As you can see on the right hand side, that's second off Penelope. And that's right now why she's winning these races. The 1 lap pace is exceptional, the race pace is even stronger, if anything. No mistakes, can drive on the 1 tyres. Is just doing an excellent job right now. You know, we'd like to hopefully see a tighter fight at the front, but the racing behind, from the bits we saw, yes, a bit of contact here and there, but hard when you've got cars taking such different lines. The cars slide in, the tyres are dead a lot of the time. I think from what we saw, the racing was actually really, really good tonight. But we'll just pause that and back out of that. We'll have a quick summary of the result. So, yeah, Penelope takes your race win, and the fastest laps, another 41 points. Tiger P2, pushed all the way by Dad Leisure, who takes P3, gets his podium that he missed out on last time, and also takes the class win. The Filthy in P4, Smiley P5, Panda in P6, Has Jane Nagel P7, Lucky in P8. Sorry, go back screen. Gloss was P9, Apex P10, JH P11, Beeman P12, Chunky P13, Shipper myself P14, and Highfern P15. And that rounds up round 5 here at the Circuit de Sainte Croix. Next week we will be matching the Formula 1 calendar and at Barcelona, and we look forward to seeing you then. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day. and we'll see you next week.